I want to first congratulate the Knicks on your victory. Now, I want to show you this clip because I spliced together a couple seconds of the celebrations in New York City before I get into the video. That is why I love New York. It's my favorite city to visit. Broadway, Times Square, it's incredible. Central Park, it's awesome. That is what 99.9999% of New York did after the Knicks won the finals. But what does Fox News and right-wing grifters focus on? A couple of idiots that destroyed a bus, a police car, some idiots went into Five Guys. 69 people, just think about this, 69 people out of tens of thousands did stupid stuff, and that's what they focus on. This is how fascist propaganda put Hitler and Benito Mussolini into power. And they did the same thing after George Floyd was murdered. They didn't give a shit that George Floyd was murdered by a white cop. They never even talked about it because it was a white man that murdered somebody. That was okay, right? Not the millions of people that peacefully protested. 93% of the protests were peaceful. But what did they focus on? Oh my gosh, the 7%, they're burning the country to the ground. Can you believe these radical left libtards? It must be Antifa. Oh my gosh. And you did the same thing with Lincoln Riley. What happened to her was horrible. But 40,000 plus other people died that year from gun violence. But you chose a brown person to be the dumbass victim. And at the same time, you're such damn hypocrites. You had no problem voting for a convicted felon and a rapist who defends child molesters, or him pardoning 1,600 convicted felons, many of them that beat police officers. And after they got pardoned, he wanted to pay them $1.7 billion. And almost 100 of them have committed crimes, including child molestations, rape, assault, vehicular manslaughter, threatening Jeffries and President Obama. And yet, I don't hear a damn thing from any of you pro-life people about that. I wonder why that is. Because this is what the MAGA movement is. And this is really what conservatism is. It is, how can I be the victim of some bullshit? How can I put the world on my shoulders and be the victim? Who can I blame today? And that's what Trump ran on, right? This white supremacist, right? Oh, hey, Billy Bob, it's not your fault your life is shit. It's not your fault you have 6 teeth and you date your sister. It's not your fault that you're trailer park trash. And there's nothing wrong with living on a trailer, but MAGA is white trailer park trash. Or that you have sex with your sister, or that you can't afford health care. Oh no, it's not your fault, Billy. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be the victim, right? You're gonna blame the immigrants this time. Oh, blame the Somalians. They're eating your dogs and cats. Ooh, blame Puerto Rico. They're a shithole country. Ooh, blame the radical left libtards. But Biden. Blame Hunter Biden's laptop. Blame Nancy Pelosi. Blame Hunter Biden's emails. Blame everybody for your shitty life except for the person looking back in the mirror. And they do this time and time again. Because you guys are miserable sons of bitches. You really are. You are just sad, lonely, pathetic human beings that look for the absolute worst in society. That's what you do. You literally voted for a rapist to be president because you hated the liberals. And you want to know why? Somebody asked me this on a TikTok live that I joined the other day. What do they want? What do they get out of it? They hate somebody else. They would rather see somebody else suffer than see themselves be happy. They would be butt naked on the side of a street, eating out of a garbage can, homeless, no job, no food, no health care, and they would still vote Republicans because they're voting against the Democrats. It is that simple. They do not care if this country is great, if it's better, if we have health care, if they stop gun violence. They don't give a damn. They just want people to be sad and lonely, as pathetic as him. That's why part of the Republican Party will never leave him, because they smelt the loser on him. You ever seen like a pile of dog shit on the ground? Yeah. The flies, that's what MAGA is. They're attracted to it. Or in a dumpster. They love it. They love the cruelty. They love when he posts pictures making fun of Obama. They love when he takes down the history of slavery. They love when he calls women fat and picky and bleeding out of their whatever. When he calls Colin Kaepernick a son of a bitch just for kneeling. So if a black man kneels before an American flag, he's a son of a bitch and he should lose his job. But if white people beat police officers on January 6th and are found guilty of felonies, we should pardon them because they were mistreated. Then we should give them reparations for beating a cop with the flagpole. That's why we're here. Fox News is no different than Il Papel de Italia, which was the newspaper that Benito Mussolini ran. I think he started it in 19. And it was propaganda. That's what Fox News is. If you listen to Fox News, it is a joke. It is a damn circus. They are joking on there a couple months ago about a teacher having sex with a 17-year-old little boy in school. Well, I was real, man. I wouldn't turn it in. I would wear that as a badge of honor. They are literally joking about pedophilia with teachers because a guy's a stud if he does it. This is what their white trash base and our friends and our family and our brothers and sister-in-laws, the bullshit that they hit every day. It is propaganda, it is victimhood, it is stupidity, it is ignorance. This is what they get off on. That's it. Why don't you guys actually be happy for once in your pitiful little lives? Put on a smile, be happy about something. God, doesn't your life just suck ass that you always have to look at the worst? I'm not even a Democrat. The Democrats want universal health care. They don't want people to die from gun violence. They don't want children doing active shooter drills. They want you to have affordable housing. They want to raise the minimum wage. What the hell's horrible about that? Abortion? Stop it. Just stop the crap, okay? You don't care about abortion because you don't care once the baby's born what happens to it. I'm sorry, you don't. You don't care if Trump molests the child, if he rapes her, if it dies on January 6th. You don't care if it starves to death, if it's shot at damn school. You don't give a shit about life except for your own. Because you're miserable. Why don't you learn to be happy? How about that? How about you stop seeing the glass as half empty and look at it as half full for once in your miserable lives? Just a thought, but congratulations. And I'm sorry, Knicks fans, that these dumbasses on the right have no happiness. Tell them to F off. Have a good day.